Good morning. Welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is the place to be for tips, tools, strategies, everything you need to run a profitable business that's fun to run and take the hassle out of your hustle. Every Tuesday is digital marketing with TJ. Oh, all the way from New York City. The digital diva is in the house today, and she'll be bringing us everything we need to talk about. Oh, wait, we're doing trends, people, trends. So sit back, relax, get a pen, get a paper, take some really good notes, and then use what you learned here today. TJ, take it away.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to another week of marketing talk where we talk about all things marketing online, content marketing, social media marketing, SEO, email marketing, all those things you need to do to run and grow your business online. So just bear with me a minute. I'm just setting up my notes and syncing things and doing the technical stuff. We need
Yes.
like some Jeopardy music or something.
Oh, I think I can make that happen. Stand by a second. We got some
Oh, we really do have it. Okay.
yeah, we got some music, not quite Jeopardy, but
Okay. Just
it's
doing my thing.
right. So every Tuesday we're here for marketing chat. You're refreshed and ready to go. You might have had the day off yesterday. Some people work on Mondays, but it's a really good time to get back into the groove, figuring out what is going on in social media, what's happening in digital marketing. This is the place to be every Tuesday. Every
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay. I believe we are ready. Let me pull up. So we have some visuals today. So let's pull up the visuals. And yes, we have them. Okay. Let me share. Okay, here we go. So this is from HubSpot. Can we all see that? Let me check because I'm on. Okay, there we go. Good. So this is from HubSpot.com. HubSpot is a site where they talk about marketing and sales and content marketing and all those things for your business. So they have published this top shopping trends of 2023 and how they've changed because things will change. So this is the last date from April. It's pretty recent. So we can take a look at it. And there is, let me give you guys the link because there is a document to download. I believe it's a PDF. And I'm going to put that in the chat. So if you all want to go there it is in the chat. So there's something to download, a state of US consumer trends. And why are we talking about shopping trends? Can anybody give me a reason why?
Okay,
Anybody?
well, it's June
Mm-hmm.
and it's the summer season.
Yeah.
And okay, so shopping trends. I
We
think a
need
lot of go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. You're
I'm
on the right
thinking a
track.
lot of times the trends have changed because people are doing the shopping earlier, and there's a lot more online shopping than there was in previous years. We're doing a lot more.
Yeah, things have changed. So thanks to the pandemic, which we really never ever talk about, but things are still happening. It's just that we kind of gone back to the way things were. So we need to know how people shop today because it's not the same as before pre-pandemic. So shopping behaviors change over time naturally, but they're really in the state of flux, I guess we could say, where it's like, well, what's in the mind of the shoppers? And we need to know this because you need to meet the needs of your customer, right?
Yeah.
That's where we succeed. So now we have to look at this last report that's come up, thank goodness that we have places and websites that do this, that they look at the data, that they talk to people, that they ask them questions. That's how they get this from surveys. So HubSpot does this, and we want to look at it because they are going into how shopping trends have changed in the past 6 months. Let me scroll to that so we can see. And they're saying that what's the first one? Consumers prefer flexibility over subscription models. That has what has changed in the past 6 months. So
Wow.
the flexibility is the Afterpay, the Klarna. There's another one. They call it. There's an acronym they have, but I can't remember. But you get to buy something now. That's say you don't have the full price of it. You can chop it up into 4 payments or
Afterpay.
Klarna, and they have Afterpay and Klarna, but there's another one I'm trying to think of. I cannot remember the name of it.
Shop Pay.
Shop Pay, and there's another big one. Like Afterpay.
Right, there is one other one. Oh my gosh, and because they're purple.
Yes, I cannot think of it. Let me Google it real quick. Like Afterpay, because there's another one.
Right, there's 4 of them that normally show
up. There's another one. Let me see. It's not giving it to me. Okay, so they're saying Klarna, Affirm, PayPal doesn't.
It's Affirm.
Affirm. Okay, that one's it. So there's a bunch of them. PayPal even does it. So they have where you chop up a large cost of an item because I can just put it in 4 easy payments, but you get to buy the item. So that's what that is. They're saying that they prefer that over a subscription model. So what subscription is, where you pay a certain amount of money each month.
Right.
So they're saying that 69% of consumers prefer purchasing products whenever they need it, and the flexibility pay, flex pay is what they're calling this. And there's another word, I can't think of it, that you get to purchase the item but not pay the full price at that time. It gets chopped up into a number of payments.
And they don't charge you interest.
Right. So they're saying 21% of consumers prefer purchasing a product with installments.
Right. And I've seen it when they are doing an installment, even on an item that's $24.99. I'm like, really? But
that's it should be for larger items. All right, so that's one thing. So consumers prefer flexibility over subscription models. I get to pay what I want when I want, instead of saying I got to pay a certain amount a month. Because again, the economy is driving a lot of this to where you don't want to be locked into a monthly subscription price. You just want to say, I want to pay for it in 4 easy payments.
Right.
Okay, number 2, baby boomers are skeptical about shopping via social media, but they're coming around. And we've seen this. All of the other surveys that we talked about, who's online the most? Gen Z. Who's online the least? This group.
Yeah, the boomers, they're not.
Yeah, the boomers. They don't trust social media at all. They definitely don't trust it with their credit card information. So here, HubSpot is saying only 5% trust social media platforms with their credit card information. But they're coming around. So they're saying 24% of baby boomers have discovered a new product on social media in the past 3 months, up 41% from a year ago, May 2022. And then they're saying 6% of boomers have bought a product on social media in the past 3 months, a 50% jump from May 2022. So we've talked about this. The older crowd, they watch TV, they don't do much social media, they don't trust it. They see all the grandkids on it, and like, why are they on TikTok all the time, and they hate it. So that group is like, they have an aversion to it, but they're slowly coming, slowly. So we need to know how baby boomers shop. Now, the next one, millennials and Gen Z, they hinge their purchase decision on how a company presents themselves on social issues. And this is how this group has always been about how a business interacts with society and how they present themselves versus pricing, or do they have what I want? They don't care about that. Millennials and Gen Z go, what's your stance on this social issue? What's your
Right.
stance on that social issue? That's what drives them.
Right.
Their values. What are your values? What do you believe in? What do you stand for? So they're saying 66% of consumers want companies to reduce their environmental impact. That is a big topic with this group. You hear about carbon offset, carbon emissions. I believe they just got on Taylor Swift because she was, she's gallivanting around on a jet, but I think she's on tour. So how is she supposed to get around?
Oh,
So
we not. Maybe they want her to be on a horse.
maybe they want her to bust it around, but then if you're on a tour and you're going to different place, that just expands the tour. So sometimes air travel is a necessity. So but I'm not sure what she's doing. I don't think she's just going on vacation. I think this is part of her tour. Like she has to fly to this city and fly to that city, and the props and the stage, all those things. Some things go on the bus and some things go on a airplane, and those are unavoidable. But Gen Z is this is their thing, so they're telling her to stop it. So
okay, so I guess you don't want me to come to your city for a concert.
I don't know. It's just that's just one of the things that they're concerned about. And I think I read that story last week, something about her and her number of flights, and they were upset. And then they have a thing, I believe, I forgot what company said that they did the carbon offset, but they really didn't. They lied about it. So that's another thing. So this company, I'm not sure. I want to say Delta. I don't want to put it out there, but somebody, and I have to go back and read it, was saying that they said that they did the carbon offset, which is for the amount of flights or the time of the flights, you buy blocks of something that offsets the. I'm not sure how it works because I haven't really delved into it. I just realized that they were mad at this company and because they lied about it.
Yeah.
So Gen Z doesn't like that. So if you're going to be environmentally friendly, don't just talk about it. You have to show and do it. You have to prove it.
Mark has a couple of comments. He said, in my senior years, I'm not a fan of installments. I like to be debt free. I don't have the money. If I don't have the money, I'll wait.
Right.
But with this one.
But Gen Z doesn't feel like that. They
want
it.
And here's the thing, there's no interest payments. There's no, and I don't think they will mail you the thing and you'll put it in installments, but there's no interest to pay. So it's not like technically debt.
It's like layaway, but you get the item now instead of at the end of the payments. You get you get it before.
And they have your card.
Buy now, pay later. Buy now, pay later. That's what it is.
Right, but it's not the same as a credit card because they're not charging you any interest, but they will be pulling that money out your account.
Yeah, they're gonna be. Yeah, that's going to change. But this is one of the things that you have to remove the barrier to the person purchasing it. So if they say, "Well, oh man, I want to buy this today and it's on sale," whatever the thing is, and then like, I don't have the exact amount, but I will have it later, or I can put it into monthly installments, 4 payments, whatever the amount of payments. They're more likely to buy at that moment, but they will pay for it. It's just over time.
It's a different type of layaway.
Yeah, you get the item. Layaway, you got to pay for it, and then you get the item.
Yeah. And Mark also has a comment regarding the air travel. He said, it's not about the air travel. It is about the air travel on a private plane.
Yes. Thank you, Mark. That was it. It was her private plane. But again, like if she's on tour, how is she getting to places?
And the other thing is what? I'm going to travel commercial so all y'all can be bothering me.
Commercial. Right. She's got to be in whatever, Akron, Ohio at this date and time, and well, let's call Delta and see. No, they don't do that. They fly on their plane because that's how they travel. But I have to read the story. There was some detail in there. I just heard it and went, okay, that's interesting, and then I filed it away.
Yeah, and sometimes people are not thinking some of that through.
Yeah, I mean, I'm if she's excessively using the private plane, then that's an issue. But if she's using it for work, how is she supposed to get around?
Ride with y'all on a plane. You know,
Is,
go through Southwest, Delta,
yeah, she's supposed to go to
United.
the
What?
airport and say, "Well, what's leaving? Oh, it's leaving in 6 hours. Dang, I'm gonna miss that show." I'm just, that's just how it is.
Right. There's a reason for private planes.
Mm-hmm. So,
which I don't think are bad, And then a lot of people keep talking about carbon, eliminating carbon.
carbon offset. Yeah, that's what it
Okay,
is.
so I hadn't heard a lot of people talk about this, but this did. The trees need our carbon to give us oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
So if we eliminate all the carbon, the trees are not going to have anything to give us oxygen with. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon, we take in oxygen. The trees take in carbon and give off oxygen. Okay.
Yeah, and there's a thing that's saying the carbon offset really don't work, or I haven't really read the details. I just know that it was supposed to be something to help the environment because of the private planes, but they found out that it's really not doing much. And I agree with that, because the way to keep it down, the carbon emissions or whatever, is to not drive the car and not drive the plane. But again, in the case, and I'm bringing up Taylor Swift because I remember that they said something about her fans were mad about the amount of private plane flights she was taking. But I'm like, did you look at what she's doing with the flights?
Right.
She's on tour.
Right. And Mark has this comment.
Okay.
He says usually the private jet complaints are about unnecessary short trips, like Kylie Jenner taking a 17-minute flight for what had been a 20-minute drive.
Right. So is she going to work? No, she's just like, I think I'll fly instead of driving because I just cannot take the LA traffic. Whatever. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. But if you're Taylor Swift going to your job where you promise people you're going to show up and they bought these, ticket prices are hot. So she's got to be there.
And I can't be taking the bus in the air trying to get there.
Right, because that's a delay. There's traffic. She might not arrive on time. Everything is time with tours like this on her and Beyonce too. They are timed. Everything is timed because they have to be there and they have to set up for the next city and they got to do this and they got to do. So I'm just like, what are they crying about? If she's doing a Kylie Jenner, yes, that's a problem. If she's going to work and that's how she gets to work, I don't know what to tell you. Well, then don't buy her tickets, and then there won't be a tour. And then she'll stay home. I guess. I don't know. So we get
it needs to be thought through. Is she really just?
Yeah.
She's not just making up stuff. And just
I don't have to. I just heard it because I'm, that's not my. I'm not a real fan of hers. I just heard it. It was like, oh, her fans is upset because of the number of private flights that she's taking, and I'm like, well, did you see why? So
yeah.
All right.
Could it be? And it's not all of the fans. It's probably somebody who gonna have
we're in a period now where one or two squawkers, it gets on the news because it's news and they need something to put on air, and then they want people to get fake outrage. And I wasn't outraged. I was like, well, what's the circumstances?
Exactly, because you are a thoughtful thinker. You just didn't.
I look at the behind. Well, what's the behind scene? What's the behind story? Give me that. Don't don't. And see, a lot of people take that news on from media and they just take it at face value and get outraged and let's get out the pitchforks and go after Taylor Swift. I'm like, wait a minute.
And they tend to do that with a lot of people instead of listening to the whole story.
Right. And not even celebrities. They will do that if something local is happening. Because they want sensationalized stories and news, and because that's what gets people to watch. If it bleeds, it leads. That's their saying in the news, I believe.
It is. Mark says, if I were Taylor, I would give a certain percentage of the ticket sales overall to offset the carbon footprint. Those tickets are not cheap. And
Right.
one of the things I could say is one of the reasons why those tickets are not cheap. There's the union workers.
Yeah, they
There's a
have to
whole bunch
pay.
of little stuff that
They
goes
have to
on
pay the
behind the
crew. They
scenes.
have to pay the venue. There's the local taxes. There's local. There's a lot of things that go. And see, this is my point. A lot of people look at the surface of it. Well, you don't. Have you ever run a tour? Do you know what goes into it? No, then we can't really fully look at it. And Dr. Chachi said people have selective outrage. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Even more so now. Why? Because this, and they can pull it up. And before they used to hold their tongue, or they didn't have an outlet, or you had to call the talk radio, or that's when you got to say what you wanted to say. And now social media means everybody has a soapbox and they jump on it. And I'm like,
Yeah, and you wasn't thinking about, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. And Mike says, instead of chartering a plane, I'll be walking to the grocery store.
That's what I do.
And he said, I'm outraged at Tachi's comment about
outrage. I'm outraged over the outrage. What is that? The movie, we talked about it before. It was a network, and they were like, I'm mad at that, and I'm not taking it. And they threw the TVs out and all
yeah,
that outrage.
News
Something. Network. Network.
It was broadcast network. I was like, yeah.
All right, so that's one of the things millennials care about: environmental impact, and then they want corporations to. So they're saying that 39% of consumers are more likely to buy a product based on the brand's commitment to diversity and inclusion. That is up 8% from last year, May 2022. 61% of consumers believe companies should donate a portion of their profits to charity. That is up 9% from May 2022. Plus, 46% of consumers are more likely to purchase from a company that actively donates to charity. And the last one, 75% of consumers believe companies should try to improve the well-being of their employees, up 4% from May 2022. Now, the opposite of that, it says the consumers are skeptical of companies that use social issues as a marketing ploy without actually taking meaningful action. That's like I was saying, the company that said that they did the carbon offset for the emissions, but didn't really do it.
Right.
And then they found out, because that's a company that goes, well, we want those dollars. Everybody. And another one was the a couple of years ago with George Floyd, and everybody was putting up little black squares on Instagram. Oh yeah, we're in this fight together. Where are they now?
Yeah.
Where are those companies now?
It was just interesting because we just had Juneteenth yesterday. Mm-hmm. And so all of the places were talking about what did they call it? Celebrating freedom and something else and something else. And I was like, it was very vague.
Yeah.
Nobody explained why you had the day off, except for we did. But nobody explained it. They were just, they were talking about it, but not really talking.
That's because corporations it's like, they get into, they see a gang of people go, well, where are y'all going? Well, we're going to do something. Yeah, I'm going to be a part of that too. But they're not really. So it has to be genuine, because millennial and Gen Z can spot the fakers, and they go and investigate, and they find out, oh, you said you were doing this to offset the carbon emissions, but you're really lying. And that's corporate internal stuff. They find memos, they find however they find the story, and then they go, oh, we got you. You lied because you want sales. So if you're really concerned about the environment, you better be about saving the environment. You better show the ways that you do it.
Right.
Or else they're going to call you out.
So. And it was really some, it was just different. I was like, there are people like in my industry, they did this one. It says freedom is never really won. You earn it and win it in every generation. So they took a Coretta Scott King quote and then put up the colors. Let me see if I can show that. They put some colors up but they never explained
what
what.
the reality of it. You must not, you have to live it. You can't talk about it. You have to live it. So what are those companies doing today? Juneteenth is over.
And so they'll say something about each culture or something, but it was very
it's very
generic.
performative. It's very surface level. It doesn't go deeper than that. Show me your board of directors.
Oh, let me tell you, the person who created that
Mm-hmm.
was not a person of color. And I was like, so do you have someone there that works there that can tell you what's really going on?
And see, that's the questions we need to ask when these corporations come out on Juneteenth or whatever. Black music is still is Black Music Month or Black History Month or Asian American, not Asian, was it Asian American Pacific Islander Month?
Right. Yeah.
They talked about that. So show us your board of directors. Show us your senior level staff, the VPs. Let's see pictures of those people.
Let's just have the people who are doing the artwork for this be of somebody who knows.
Where's the diversity, equity, inclusion? Where is it? You don't practice it. So you put up a post on Juneteenth. You put up a post on this month. You put up a post on that month, and we did our part. That's what the corporation is saying. We're doing our part. Look how we're helping the community. How are you sponsoring minority kids as a scholarship? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? An initiative? Something.
And here's what they said in the text. Today we honor the journey toward freedom, equality, and justice while remembering that the work continues daily. Happy Juneteenth. I was like,
but
really?
Did you teach why there's a Juneteenth in the first place? Did you explain that?
No, they did not.
Wow. So
I was like, ooh, okay.
I just, I'm thinking about the people who don't look beyond the surface level of things, and yes, do they even know what it is? They don't even know what it is. I would say, well, can you explain what the meaning behind the holiday?
No.
The federal holiday? Can you tell me why?
And you can actually Google it too. So Mark says, as one who spent years facilitating diversity and inclusiveness initiatives in large corporations, usually it is putting lipstick on a pig. They go through the motions, but aren't truly interested in making any real changes.
That's because a corporation's main focus is making profit.
Mm-hmm. We don't care what you really think.
Making profit and carrying debt so they don't have to pay anybody. That's a secret. Corporations love to carry debt because they don't have to pay the debt. They pay the interest on the corporate debt, and then it's tax deductible. And guess who gets paid last? The shareholders. So they don't really care about the shareholders either. They're like, well, we need to make a profit because we can carry this corporate debt, and then we can keep that money between that and what we have to pay the shareholders.
Okay, so
that's how business works. So how do we fix that? We have to, like the millennials and Gen Z, they hold their feet to the fire. They call them to the carpet. They say, hey, you said this, but you don't really practice it. You don't practice what you preach. So we have to do that, and we can do that with social media. The biggest threat when you have an issue with a company or a business, call them up and say, I'm mad because da 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 da, and I'm going to tell everybody I know, offline and online.
And that gets attention. Mark says true, but as we know, diversity and inclusiveness is about increasing innovation,
right?
Which increases profit,
right? We know, but they are looking at money. They're looking at, well, how could we make money? Oh yeah, let's jump on this thing. Let's jump on that thing. Because the consumers, they don't know what we're doing. They're stupid. They think we're stupid, and we're not. Like, here comes millennial Gen Z going, well, we see you, and we don't want anything to do with you if you're lying about caring about not corporate causes, society causes, and environmental and climate change and things like that. So, yes. Why do we have to keep earning freedom and everybody else has it now? So, yeah, that's a big topic, and we don't have enough time. I got some more things to talk about. All right, so let's get back to this. The top, according to HubSpot, the top shopping trends of 2023. One, influencer recommendations matter more than recommendations from friends or family. Wow.
Wait, because some people's family have no fashion sense whatsoever. So I can see that.
And they're more invested if they're in following an influencer, and and then we can get into influencers, the different type. There's the nano, the micro, the macro, and it all has to do with the number of followers and how invested their community is. So you can have a nano community, nano influencer. I think it's under 10, it's 1,000 to 10,000. I'm Dr. Tachi, let me know. But I know that people think, if I only have, and I always talk about this, only have 500 followers, are those people engaging with you? Are they doing what, when you tell them to go to the link in the bio or go to this or make a comment about blah, 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 do they do it? That's your invested community. So that's what's happening, is a lot of ad dollars and ad investment. They're starting to slowly turn away from mass market advertising and looking at influencer marketing, because those people are invested. So that's why this is growing. They're saying 60% of marketers said influencer marketing was the most effective marketing trend, ahead of SEO, experiential marketing. What? I'm not sure what that one is. I gotta look it up. And short form video content.
Oh, so TikTok may not be the thing that gets people to buy something.
Not really. It depends on the community that the TikToker has. Not that they're jumping and dancing around and got 1 million views. Views are like likes. Do you take likes to the bank? No. Do you take views to the bank? No. Oh man, I got my views are down. So what? Is your engagement up?
Yeah, the engagement is the thing.
So are they buying? Just crazy. Okay, so they're saying 30% of consumers now report influencer recommendations are one of the most important factors in their purchase decisions, compared to 27% for recommendations from friends or family. So they're saying it makes sense because influencers are traditionally considered experts. They follow this influencer because they walk walk the walk, talk the talk.
Unlike some of your friends and family.
Yeah, versus what we just said about the corporations doing performative stuff and saying that they're doing it, but it's just surface deep, and they're not really doing it. Because if you're following this influencer and you're in their community, you go and you see their videos, you see their posts. When they ask you to do something, you do it. There's a community vibe of, okay, I like this topic, and this influencer is saying it in a way that I can understand, or a way that connects with me, so I'm all in invested.
Right.
So companies want that, because an invested person is a buyer.
Yes.
They're a buyer. So all I got to do is hire the nano influencer to, however they want to do the setup of sponsored posts, or talk about this or talk about that. But it all has to be authentic and genuine. All of this.
Unlike a certain beer commercial.
Yeah. All right. So number 2, Gen Zers prefer to discover new products via social media, but they still like to make purchases in store. So this is interesting. So Gen Zers are 18 to 24. They discover new products on social media, 71%, followed by YouTube ads, and then they're saying ads on music streaming services and internet searches. And what they do is they learn about it because they're connected. They're always on this, but then they will go and buy it because there's a tactile feel to it. I think we were talking about Friday. Google has this they use the AI to make the AR try on clothing, because there's a disconnect between buying clothes online and buying it in the store. Because in the store you get to touch it, you get to feel it, you get to hold it against you. What does this look like?
Right.
So that's why Gen Zers will go in the store and buy it, because we want to see it. Like I might discover it on social media, and I might go in the store and look at it, try it, whatever, and then I might buy it in the store. But depending on how the store has it set up, they might be able to purchase it online, or they might walk out and buy it online. See, it's not a straight line with Gen Z, but they will discover it on social media. That doesn't mean that they will just automatically buy it right there without trying it, looking at it, touching it, smelling it, which means going in person. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So they're saying that Gen Z likes to learn about a product and its features on social media. 50% said they like to learn about a product through a story post. This is followed by short form video, TikTok Reels, 42%, and then a feed post, 42%. So they're kind of equal there. Now they're saying 73% of people and 55% of Gen Zers in particular say they still prefer to purchase a product in the store because, again, like I said, you want to touch it, you want to see it. We want to go, does this fit me? It looks okay online on the phone, but let me go to the place. So here's a chart. It says, how do you prefer to purchase products? 53% said through an online retailer. That's Amazon.com. 73% is in store. That's the largest, 73%. And then online retailer selling a variety of brands. That's like Amazon, 53%. Then directly from a company's website, 34%. And then directly from a company's mobile app, 18%. And then through just a general social media app, that would be like Instagram. Like that's not brands, that's not company specific. That's like, okay, the brand is on Instagram, selling through Instagram. So I think that's surprising that they in store. Interesting.
Right, because most people, I think after you tried it on, then they might order it online afterwards. Right. But the first time out, I'm like, I need to know what this is like.
Right. They might not, they will go and look at it, but they might not purchase it then for a variety of factors.
Right.
Because Gen Z doesn't feel like they have to buy it in the store, but it's all about seeing it. And that's because, when we're shopping, we want to see it. When you buy a sofa from IKEA, they've got the nice website and the catalog, but you really want to see what that thing looks like in the store because you're going to be sitting on it for a while. So how's the fabric? What size? Yeah. All that. Visual. So it has to be visual. We have to make the connection in person. And then we might go home and say, well, you sit on the sofa and you go, oh, well, okay. And then you go home and you think about it and you say, well, I might buy it. Boom. That's when they use the website or the app or what have you, because it doesn't make sense to go back to the store and buy it.
Right. Now, it's interesting on this chart here that they only 12% through a social media app. 12.
Yes.
That's very low.
That's very low. And that's why all the shopping features in Instagram and TikTok, especially the live stuff. Remember, TikTok had a big push on and then they pulled back. That's because of that.
Right. People are not buying it through there.
Because you're thinking, oh, they're seeing it online and the person is demoing it live, doing a live stream, and they're automatically going to buy. No, because that's that part where I have to see it, feel it, touch it, smell it, see it. I have to visually with my hands in person, and that's not happening. So that's why online shopping isn't, the apps are pulling back, whereas in Asian countries that's the biggest thing ever. Like that's how they do it. They see it online live stream and they buy it.
So
they're trying to bring that over here and it's not working. TikTok was the biggest thing because TikTok is China company. So they were like, oh, if it works over there, then it'll work for Americans, but it's two different cultures. We buy things differently.
So what I've seen is, and I've experienced this, people, boomers and up, they'll buy stuff like QVC, HSN, and all of that, have the boxes all in the house,
right?
Because they weren't able to try something on or whatever. And they just like, oh, so they bought it and kept it.
because that generation is used to seeing stuff on TV. We're used to infomercials. Remember
Right.
the infomercials? And they still do them, but that's how they grew up. Was like, okay, everything was on TV. I didn't really need to see it.
And
So
then
that's why they like it.
Right. And they bought it. Oh, I can call them up, put
Right.
my card in, do something, and it shows up at the house. I'm
Right.
like,
But see, millennials and Gen Z don't do that. They don't watch TV. They use the phone. But then again, all of the other things that we just mentioned the factors go into it. So I thought this was really interesting.
Carlos says, I have some amazing product for live selling. And he says the tools that I offer permit professional style production for vertical streaming and live selling.
Right. So I think this live stream shopping and live selling and stuff, I think we're at the beginning of it. It's just, I think, like we said, baby boomers aren't used to doing it on a device. They're used to the TV part of it, like you said, the QVC. Whereas millennials and Gen Z are always connected with a device, so that's how they do everything.
Right.
So I think we're at the beginning of it. It's just that, TikTok was trying to jump in and go, they went all in on it because it was big in Asian countries. I'm like, well, we're not there yet. We're not where they are. Because is it all of China? In some places in China where they don't have currency, they all use the phones to purchase things.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of people and a lot of places to go. And why would I need to go and pick it up if I can just order it and have it show up?
Right. Okay, so let's move on from that. So they're saying, so to discover a new product, they use social media, but they like to go in and buy it. And well, not buy it, but look at it and then possibly buy it there or walk out of the store and buy it because they need more time.
All right.
All right. So number 4, millennials and Gen Xers prefer to discover new products on social media through ads or sponsored content, while Gen Zers prefer discovering new products on social media through short form videos. And this has to do with the way we consume content. So remember, baby boomers watch TV constantly. Some Gen Xers watch TV constantly. So that's why they're connected that way. Millennials and younger always connected with a device.
Right.
So they prefer that. So you have to think about where your customer is. Where are they falling in there? So they're saying if you're aiming to attract Gen Zers, you want to consider short form videos like TikTok or Instagram Reels, because 41% report the short form video as their preferred medium for discovering new products. Millennials and Gen Xers, you want to think about ads or sponsored content, since 44% mark that option as their favorite because they're not watching as many short form videos as Gen Z.
This is to know they didn't say that they were going to buy stuff from you. Right. That's how they just going to learn about you.
Right, discovering,
learning about you.
So think about Gen X. What do they do the most? They're watching Reels and TikToks and YouTube Shorts a little bit. So that's what they're doing. So they're going to learn about a product from that form of consuming content, whereas millennials are not, and definitely Gen X, we're like, that dancing, jumping stuff we're not watching. So, but if you put a sponsored ad, which looks like a regular post, or you have an influencer that they like talk about a product, then that's how they're going to discover it and possibly buy.
Right.
So number 5, mobile phones are the most popular device for online shopping. Who didn't know that? So 75% of consumers prefer using their mobile devices, compared to 15% that prefer desktop and 6% that prefer tablet.
Right.
So what they're saying is critical your website is mobile optimized, and we're going to talk about that. But go ahead and make you want to say something.
Right, because I'm telling you, people who are boomers and above, nearly 90, using their phone, and you try and tell them, hey, you can use your tablets a little bit bigger. Oh no, I want to use okay, and they're using the phone to make a purchase.
Right. And see, we've talked about mobile a lot. And then if you have your website, it needs to be mobile optimized. Now, people going, well, I can see it. You can go to your phone or your tablet and it pops up. That's not what we mean by mobile optimized. It means that it has to be responsive to whatever device you're using, like Fran just said about using a tablet versus a phone versus the desktop. And if you are in, you own a website and whatever tool you use, there's always an option for you to look at the site in mobile view, which is phone, or tablet view, or desktop. Those are the three options, and you get to click through those, and it will show you what the website or the page will look like on those different devices, because it's important. If someone is mobile shopping all the time and they go to your website and the text is too small or things are not in the right place and they can't tap and they're not you get frustrated and you leave.
Right.
And see, that's a developer kind of thing, where if you have a developer doing a website, say WordPress or whatever it is, Squarespace or whatever, there are options in there to fix that kind of thing. But most people don't think about, and most people, I mean business owners who have a website, don't think about that. They just go put the website up. Well, if it's not a great experience on mobile, I'm going to leave. And then there's another thing, you can't really do pop-ups on mobile because that's, that little square, the little X to tap it close, it might be too small.
Right. Or you can't ever get to the X and
Right.
it's taking up the screen and then I'm
Right.
just like, I'm out.
It's
I'm not
offside, it's covering, it's because you didn't look at your website through the mobile view, which is available. So you have to check those things. And people go, why? Because I'm not going to, you're making me work to see and do the thing that you want me to do. Everything should be one tap, one click.
Mm-hmm.
Not, oh, well, the text is too small, I can't read it, or the square is in the way, or the hamburger menu is up there, or the pop-up is covering the thing, or the X is to the side and you can't get it and you got to turn your phone sideways to get the X to close the pop-up. Most people aren't doing that.
Nope.
So you're putting up roadblocks to a purchase. Don't do that. So that's what the mobile responsive page is, mobile optimized. It's not, okay, my website is up, I could see it on mobile. That's not mobile optimized. So there's a whole list of things to look at. And most of the time, if you are the person that's creating your website, ask them about it. Is my site mobile optimized? And they go, what's that?
You better call somebody else.
You are working with the wrong person. Working with the wrong person. Or if you have Squarespace or Wix or any of those things, they have options in there to show you what it's going to look like. So you just make sure that you check and view it to see, what does it look like on the phone? I never thought about it. There's a little view and you click it and it shows you what it looks like, and you may have to make some adjustments.
Right.
All right.
So just go to your site and buy your own product and see how it comes out.
Yeah. Go ahead and go through the whole steps. Did we get to Carlos's comments? I didn't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
All right, so because I'm over on the page scrolling. So that's mobile phones are the most popular devices. Make sure your pages are mobile optimized. Number 6, price matters most when it comes to making a purchase decision, but other factors might surprise you. What could those other factors be? So they're saying that 78% of Gen Z, 74% of millennials, 74% of Gen X, and 73% of boomers, they report price is one of the most important factors when it comes to deciding whether or not they're going to buy a product. So the next thing after price is quality of the product. So 65% of Gen Z, 78% of millennials, 82% of Gen X, 72% of boomers say quality of the product is another second factor when it comes to purchasing, when it comes to buying. So there is a chart here, and I think I zoomed it. Let me switch over so we can see it. Yeah, here it is. Let's switch over to that. Oh, it didn't. What happened? All right, sorry. Let me bring it back up.
I don't know that.
Usually you tap the little blue button and it
Yeah.
comes. All right, let's bring it back. There we go. So can you see that chart?
Yes.
All right. Does it need to be bigger? I can zoom it. Is that big
I
enough?
can see it.
Yeah,
If
let
you
me see.
all watching with
There.
us, let us know.
Yeah, I'll make it a little bigger. So, what are the most important factors in your purchase decision? This is a question they asked. So they're saying the least important factor is a product's reviews. The most important is the quality and then the price. So, what do we think about that?
Well, they already told, for most of us, the quality of the quality is really one and two, really.
Right, right. So that's why they're 74, 75. I'm thinking that's pretty close. And
Yeah, because quality, you'll pay for something if the quality's good.
right, right. So those are the most important factors.
Okay, then it says the product features and functionality. Yeah, that would be 3, because if I can't maneuver it or can't use it, I'm not.
Right. Right.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then whether the brand has an active community was 49. Product reviews is last at 46. So that's like the most important fact. The thing, like this is the most important thing. So it's price and quality.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying that 57% of Gen Zers will consider purchasing a product if a percentage of the proceeds from the purchase will be donated to charity. 55% of millennials prefer buying a product that has a strong review. 62% of Gen X appreciates whether a brand has an active community around it, and 55% of boomers look for a product's features and functionality. Features and functionality when it considers a purchase. So it's broken. So I think this is like the general, like we asked everybody, and this is what it broke, and then they broke it down by generation. And it's really important to know the generation. Let me switch here. Let me switch back. That way you can see.
It's back.
Right. Yeah. So that's what it is. The chart is like an overall, okay, this is how it broke down with everybody. And then they broke it down by Gen Z and then millennial, Gen X, and then baby boomers. So what they care about. So Gen Z, they care about purchasing a product if you say a percentage of the sale goes to a charity. That's the thing that they believe in. They like that when a brand does that.
Okay, let me interject something, because this dawned on me. I was buying something, okay, from the pet store.
Mm-hmm.
And the pet store likes to donate certain things to the local shelters and things of that nature. But
Yeah.
this is something that I just dawned on me. Would you like to donate or round up or do something to this? So technically, they're not paying it; they're getting us to give it,
Right.
and they're saying that they do it.
You're giving it, but they facilitate it. Domino's does that too. You give it, so if it doesn't reach, like if it's like $10 and 69 cents and it doesn't reach $11, they say, oh, do you want to donate the difference? And then that goes to St. Jude. I believe
Right.
it's St. Jude.
But they're not. We just donated to St. Jude.
Yes,
Not
they're
Domino's.
the facilitator.
Domino's did not do that to St. Jude's. I just
But
don't.
they're gonna pass that change on to the charity, because
Yes.
giving to the charity is not like, unless they're really dedicated, like, oh, today I'm going to, the pet charity and I'm going to, give them $5. But if you're making a purchase, it's kind of like the thing that says, oh, I might want to do that. I might want to buy the item because they're going to give a percentage to the charity that I like.
Well,
Amazon did that. I'm not sure if Amazon still does it.
But I'm just saying, it just clicked like, wait a minute.
Yeah. No, you're giving it. You're giving it. They're not giving it. They're not giving it. So then millennials like to buy a product that has strong reviews. They rely on reviews. Gen X likes whether there's an active community around it, because once they buy it, they want to go talk about it.
Right.
Online or offline, wherever. Harley Davidson is a good one for that. They have a really big investor community.
Yes.
And then they're saying 55% of boomers look for products, feature, and functionality. That's what they care about. They don't care about the community. They don't care about the price. They don't care if you give to charity, whatever. I don't care about that. I care about, does this product, this item, does it do what I need it to do when I buy it?
It needs to work. Like you said, it was going to work.
Yeah, they want to buy a lawnmower. They don't care about, is there a community around us? They don't care about that. They're like, I need to cut grass. I needed to do what I need to do, and I don't want to pay too much for it. But I want a quality product.
This is interesting. Very interesting.
Whereas Gen X would be like, well, is there community around it? Because I might want to go and ask a question and talk about it.
So I'm going to ask people in the audience, do you buy something because there's an active community around it? How say ye in the audience?
Let us know what you think about this. I just find it really interesting about these things, that these surveys that they do. You get in the mind of the consumer and you find out why do they buy, because it helps the business. It helps you as a business, a brand owner, figure out how to reach them better, how to target it better. Some of the things you don't need to think about. And again, the layer on top of all of this is authenticity and realness and truthfulness. Not saying like the charity thing, you don't want to say, oh, well, we give 10% of every person. Do you really? What's the shoe brand that did that said
Zappos,
they give a free pair, or they give
Tom's shoes.
Yeah.
Tom's shoes. Yeah.
They show that they do it.
Right.
Because how do you really know? Well, they talk about it on their website, on social media. They show them actually going to the villages or with the children or the charity, doing what they said they were going to do. They don't just say, well, we give 10%. And well, how do I know? You're just saying it. So Gen Z will investigate that.
Right.
Baby boomers would probably go, okay, just trust them off the bat. But the younger crowd will go, well, where's the proof? If you're not doing it on social media, it doesn't exist to them.
Okay, see, now that's different too. The baby boomers probably don't care if you.
Yeah, they don't care, because a lot of them do automatic. If they're given a charity, it's automatically deducted from those automatic deducted things. Like they are, I'm already set. I give $10 a month to whatever, and it's automatically coming out my account. Like they do, if they're in the charity, giving away the charity, they've already set it up, or they wrote a big check, or they did this. So they don't, that's not a thing to get them to purchase, because if they're doing it, they're already doing it in another way.
Terralina said, no, I just want to cut the grass.
See, you don't care about the community. Well, there's a Facebook group around that particular brand of lawnmower, and they talk about this, that, and the other. See, Gen X wants that because they may have a question about the item, or they want to talk to others who are like-minded who bought the item.
Right.
Like the Harley Davidson is a good one. That's a good one.
What? So where are you riding to? And yeah.
So they have a whole community around the culture of Harley Davidson. That's a culture community thing, which they're really invested. So that's a good example. So yeah, so there's a couple more. Let's take a look. Let's see. Oh yeah. So number 7, short form video offers huge advertising opportunities. Short form video is the most popular video length on social media. We know that. TikTok is popular. We know that. They're saying 36% of consumers want to learn about products through short form videos like TikTok or Reels. And think about that 36% is not going to be baby boomers, because they're not watching TikToks and Reels. So that if that's your thing, short form video, then know that that's going to really hook in Gen Z and some millennials, but not Gen X and baby boomers. All right. So let's get to the shop. So this is what they're saying: shopping trends to expect in 2023. Mobile uses for shopping will continue to dominate the e-commerce industry. So they're saying that that's going to get bigger. Influencer industry will continue to grow and remain one of the most popular avenues for brands looking to connect with the audiences. They're saying this influencer marketing has grown rapidly from 1.7 billion in 2016 to 9.7 billion in 2020, and then 13 billion in 2021. And I'm interested to know what the 2023 number when they have it. So here's another thing. Gen Zs and millennials don't look to celebrities for inspiration, not like baby boomers. And think about this: if you want, what are those channels that have the old not old commercial? It's the older shows, and it skews older, and all the commercials are what's that guy talking about mortgages?
Oh, Tom
And then,
Selleck.
yeah, and then Wilford Brimley, he was talking about something, and so you see how they always had a celebrity to sell it because that sells with that has more cachet with that group versus the younger ones are like they don't care about a celebrity endorsing anything because they discover it from influencers online. That's a bigger group than celebrities.
Right.
And then to find out they're not even turning to friends. Remember they said that at the beginning, influencers over friends and family. Celebrities are at the bottom of the list. So the influencer industry is going to grow. And I'll if you're interested to know why, I'll tell you why. It's because the advertising dollars. That advertising dollars go farther with social media, and it's not even ads with influencers than running a larger TV commercial that takes a lot of time, a lot of commitment, a lot of people, a lot of money, a big budget, and then it doesn't target anybody. The ads on TV are generalized. Everything on social media is specific and personalized, especially with the influencer industry. Because why? Because the nano influencer, the micro influencer, they have a connected audience. It's all community. That's why. So a brand, a corporation gets more bang for their buck with an influencer versus making a big $1 million, $10 million, whatever the budget is, commercial that runs and runs but doesn't really target anybody because Gen Z is not watching TV anyway.
Right.
Millennial might be watching TV, but I doubt it. Who watches TV? Baby boomers.
Yeah. Carolina said we used to call mom for cooking instructions.
Oh, hold on. Let me get back. Let me get back to the tab. She says,
she said we used to call mom for cooking instructions.
Right. Now they have what's the hello, is it Hello Fresh, Hello something, the box comes
and it comes to your house and it shows you how to do all of that. I was like, ooh.
Everything's individually packed. They have a video that goes with it. They have those instruction cards. So that's mom now.
And the girl was so happy that she created her pasta or whatever it was.
Yes.
And she was like, I did it. Okay.
Oh, Plated was, I think Plated is another one. I think Plated is another one. Dr. Tachi has a comment.
Yes, she says, what celebrities I think it's assumed that they're getting paid. So you can't necessarily trust what they say.
Right.
But for some, it feels like influencers actually use the products.
That's exactly right. So they know the celebrity is getting paid to run this ad versus it's an influencer that I know might be getting paid, but it's more of a authentic and realness that they're actually using the product because they will, one, say that they're using the product, and two, they will show that they're using the product. That's why you're following them online, because they're doing videos, they're doing posts, and they're showing you. I use this, especially with makeup and fashion and stuff like that. That's really, really where the engagement goes, because they're showing you how to use the makeup versus I go to Sephora and there might be somebody, there's people that work in there that show you how to do it, but you got a real life, well, the person is real life. I mean, the influencer is like a regular person, like a mom.
They're not paid to use the makeup.
Yes. Versus when you go in the store, you don't know if the Sephora person is paid to push this brand over that brand or that, you don't know that. But the influencer that you follow online and you like their videos and their content and you believe in, know, like, and trust, And when they say, oh, and they show you doing, especially with makeup, they show them, and they get to see it and they go, okay, she's a mom of 3 and da 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 with a certain skin condition or this or that or whatever. And she's showing me how to fix that. Well, then I'm going to buy through her if she's selling it.
Right. And that's
about Avon. You selling
the,
Avon. This is your way in.
What's the lady Joanna that does all of the
house renovations?
The renovations. And so when she uses a particular brand or what have, now she has her own brand, but when she used a particular brand, so you can fix your house like hers. And so a lot of people, she is an influencer teaching you how to restore your home.
She's a macro influencer. Didn't they buy a network or something?
I don't know if they bought it. I know they're on a network. So
there's something about Magnolia Network.
Oh yeah, Magnolia something.
They bought a network that was something else, and then they changed the name. I think that's them.
So and then there's a lady that's on the prairie or something, and then
you mean the Pioneer?
The Pioneer Prairie lady.
She does the cooking, and her husband's a cattle rancher, and they live on a ranch. See, because those kind of shows, those kind of things, it's real. You're in her kitchen. You're seeing her family. You're seeing her husband. You're seeing the dogs, and they go out and they feed the cows, and they do this, and then she comes in and goes, well, I got to feed all the ranch hands, and then she makes this meal that's not a fancy, from a 5-star Michelin restaurant where I got to go, well, I don't have those ingredients. She's making things, well, you have this already. You have chicken or you have ground beef, and let me show you what I do to feed these hungry ranch hands, and this could help you feed your hungry family.
Right.
There's a connection there.
Right.
Community. So that's why it works. Let's wrap this up because we're here. This is good stuff. But all right. So the last one, it said we'll see a rise in people who use the metaverse or buy virtual currency. So HubSpot is saying they had a consumer trends survey, found over half of those who have ever used the metaverse or bought virtual currency items have done so within the past 3 months, including 56% who's visited the metaverse, 56% who's bought cryptocurrency, and 75% who bought NFTs for the first time. So they're seeing a rise in the use of the metaverse. And again, when we're at the beginning stages with these digital platforms, the metaverse and cryptocurrency, I know there's some things going on, some trials and things going on in the news, but it's going to change somehow. So that's what they're saying, that is going to be something that is to come. That is to come. So, all right, that's it. I mean, I wanted to bring that to you.
It's really good information. And if you are not already doing so, you should be following TJ at terryjohnsononline.com info. She's Terry Johnson online everywhere. Follow her, and especially with the Discord, so that you can get the latest breaking news in social media and digital marketing.
Yeah, get in the Discord. There's going to be more talk about things. And if you have questions about this shopping survey or shopping trends or anything we talked about, I know I tried to squeeze it all in, but if you have any questions, reach out to me, Terry Johnson Online, everywhere, your favorite platform, or join the Discord here with the terryjohnsononline.com/info. Get in there and let's talk about it. Ask me questions. I love answering questions.
And to join the Bizchicks community, it doesn't cost you anything to do that. Just text Biz to 33777. We do not spam. And then, or you can go to bizchicks.net, get in on the community so that you can keep up with great, what would I say? People who, this community, you got influencers, not just influencers, but people who are willing to teach you and share with you information to help you build a profitable business, fun to run in a safe place. And you can always ask questions. Available. Is that the word? Available.
Yeah, available. Questions are free.
Right.
Answers are free.
Yes, and available, and all of our people here, everybody who shares in the Bizchicks community, they do so over an abundance of, they go far above whatever it is that you may have asked for. They give you so much in value here that you can take it and run with it and build your business.
Yeah, because we gotta have the knowledge. And the thing is, the knowledge changes. That's one of my pet peeves. Is like I will go search for something and it's old. I check the date. It's old information from a guru. And I'm like, it's old information. Things have changed. Anything
Right.
before the pandemic, toss it out.
Right. And so then that's the other thing. Check the expiration date.
Yeah.
Like you do with the milk. Don't be
Things change. Yeah. And AI came and changed everything. So if they're
just,
not talking about that option of how to do it, especially because now everybody can make content, and then we talked about it. There's gonna be a lot of content, but the right content, you got to reach the right person. This is why we're talking about the shopping trends. You got to know what's in the mind of the people that are buying from you or potentially going to buy from you. You got to know how they think and feel and act and behavior.
Yes, you do. So that is our day for today. Coach Karen is coming up tomorrow with Money Mindsets and Bringing Profits in Daily. Thursday, Robin is talking about happy, healthy habits, because we need you to be healthy so that you can enjoy your wealth. And then Friday, we will be back here with TJ, Dr. Tachi, Terralina, and myself. We're going to be talking tech and everything that you need to stay abreast of what's happening. Stuff happens, and we will bring you the new changes. So with that, we want to say thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe to TJ's channel, to our channel, and follow some people who are here. And let's continue taking the hassle out of your hustle.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dr. Tachi.
Thank you, everybody. We will see you.
Thanks, Mark, too. Thank you. Mark is always here with and Carlos always here with the jokes, and it, brightens the day.
Yes, we appreciate you all. We love you. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.
Bye.